Boom! And we are live. Hey people, if you hear something in the background, you hear correctly. there, yeah, work is being done in the background. Me. It's quite annoying if you are not doing the me, or not, I don't know. You will be the judge. Now, I wanted to make another Teachings with Luke video. However, I didn't want to make it on the topics that I was thinking about. I wanted it to be something new, and I am a bit put off by the sound, so wait a minute. I will try to make it more quiet. See? Universe did it. Huh? But still, I will. Okay. I probably didn't. Okay, here we are. So, I was thinking like, okay, but let's create teachings with Luke about the topic that you didn't create, and then it appeared that I should create teachings with Luke. Finally, I will say it about how to learn. Yeah, that thing when you when you are like half listening. No, this is like come on. No, this doesn't portray the image, but we will go along. No, come on. What are you? What are you? Wait a minute. We need to draw it. We need to draw it. Come on. When will the hour finally ends? You know, that moment. And now we will solve the whole how to learn, okay? So hear me out. This is the solution. You basically take a paper. Yes, you need to do something. I know, it's horrible, but you need to take a paper and a stick. A stick. You can call the stick whatever you want. This would be, I will not say my stick. I would say this is a stick, a pencil, or whatever, something that can make stuff on the paper. Now, whatever knowledge you are trying to learn, or new knowledge that you are trying to learn about, I was just recently learning about chemistry, and was creating the whole, like, here are like electrons and protons, and I was just recalling what I know. And that's basically how you learn. You start to recall what you know about the certain topic. Like, for example, an atom. Here, you see, an atom. You know that it's coming from unsplittable. That you cannot split it anymore. Even though we know that you can, because no, oh no, that went deep into that topic. Coming back to learning, usually you just go, take a paper or whatever, and you find out what you know. It's almost like, okay, here is the things that you. Wait a minute. It's almost like, you know, when the sun is going down, it's going down, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's going down. And there is a line where the sun is slowly moving forward. And this is still known. This is still like shining with light. So those are the stuff that you write on a paper that you know. Those are the stuff. And you want to be right on that edge where there is a, like, unknown. and there is where the learning is happening. When you are too much on the light side, like you are just writing what you know, it gets boring really, really fast. So it gets to this state. Like, I already know that. Why are you bothering me with this? And then you are like making the whole situation for the whole class really like bad. Like, could you shut up? I don't even know what they are talking about. Can you just shut up? I need to know it. You know, those when you learn something together and some of them are like, no, I don't know this. And you're just, okay, you should already know that. And I don't want to explain it again. Yeah, that wasn't pretty accurate. But, you know, though, there are those people. Now, when you are writing, you discover where is the edge, and it's always a bit different with different topics. So there are some things you understand better, then some things you understand less, and you want to basically you want to discover the places where you don't know anymore, like where you are like and now when you discover those places, you try a bit, like you try to walk there, you try to push it, if not push it, but you try to play a bit with it from the knowledge that you have. You try to go a bit down, maybe you will look at it from different point of view, and you will be like, yeah, oh yeah, I know that, or not. You will just not understand it. And when you discover those points of unknown, where literally it's like something that you never like saw before. Oh, what is this? Those are the points that you go ahead and you learn something about them. Basically, you just learn on that edge. And what's fun about this technique of like finding out? In my case, I was like teaching something about chemistry, and all of a sudden I ran into a problem that I didn't understand, like what the whole, like, you know, this table that when you speak something, sometimes you put the meal over the table and you're like, oh no, what have I done? And there are like those elements and there are just these numbers, and I didn't know understand. I didn't understand. I knew that an atom has like proton in the middle and electrons like buzzing around the there is getting complicated. There are like in a superposition electrons or whatever quantum physics see, and inside there are also neutrons, but I didn't understand, for example, the connection between the here is somewhere gold and there is a number over the goal, maybe 26, and I didn't understand what this number means. Like, one atom of gold, what does it mean? Like, how would it's a molecule or whatever? And what I found out, it's basically this number suggests that this is just the number of protons inside, if there are like 4 protons, and this is the number of the atom, and this is, I don't know if there is, yeah, let's create 6, and this is the number of protons. You can see them as girls. And then you have electrons, you can see them as guys. And you know what I am doing, whatever. And this is where I came to the edge of my understanding, and I pushed the boundary a bit more. I went and I learned a bit, and then all of a sudden I know a bit more. So usually the problem arises when you just run into the forest, you just blindly go in and you get lost, and everything that you look around is like unknown. This you can experience probably in the math. Like, hello, somebody? Hello? And in mathematics, because there is really, like in math, it's really dependent. If you have the knowledge of what plus means, then you can learn what uh, substitution means. Adding, this, like how many times plus is happening, and then you can, like, addition. It's like 2 to the point of 2 or something, blah blah blah. It's basically, it's one up on top of another, and if you don't know that and that, you will crash into onto that, and it will be overwhelming, and you are just getting lost in the forest of unknowns. However, if you go back and you basically go, okay, frick it, let's just sit, let's just sit and look where is the light of my knowledge ending. And you will discover pretty soon, like, that maybe you just write your name and that's all that you know. Yeah, you probably know those tests. And yeah, this is like, and then if you discover the line, all of a sudden you can go and learn and just push the boundary of known and unknown. And you wouldn't feel overwhelmed. Just don't run into the forest. You just know that it will not help if you start to, like, learn axioms of, like, algebra, and all of a sudden, and 5 dimensions, and what does it mean, and especially on a month that for n it exists or something, and exists in, and what is this, and what is this, and what is this. The moment you discover yourself in a moment that you don't know any of those, that's the moment you are behind 3 trees in the forest. And I think there is something with the short-term memory. If this is the line, here is the this is unknown. Okay, I will give you the color. Okay, if you want. This is known and this is unknown. And if you are somewhere here, if you are somewhere here where there are more than 3 trees around you, so 3 things that you don't know, that's where you are getting lost and overwhelmed. If you just see 1 tree that you don't know, you are like, yeah, okay, let me inspect here, let me learn something about that tree, and this tree can represent the exist number, and then you go to the n number, n symbol, and you start to discover that tree, and slowly but surely you are going deeper and deeper and moving the known a bit deeper, and all of a sudden you can understand it. But you are probably, when you discover yourself being lost behind the trees, somewhere here, surrounded by the unknown, and you look at the paper again, and you're like, what is this? What is this? And you're like, oh no, I need to give myself a medication. And you go and play some medication, right? Yeah, and each time you do that, you get, this connection gets stronger and stronger, and all of a sudden, each time you want to learn, you just have an idea of learning. You go directly to YouTube. See, this is how it's done. So, yeah, this is what I wanted. I was pretty excited when I found out this, that it was almost like you give yourself a bit of empathy to be that guy to do, you look at the unknown a bit differently. You don't look at it like I'm down. No, you just look at it, I just don't know it. And that's great because it's showing me where is the line and where is the unknown and where is the known, and I can like push the boundaries. And if I am on the boundary, I can feel this interest and excitement. You can even feel it when you watch some video and you are learning something new, and you feel this like, what, that's so cool, like, oh, and you are lighting up like a Christmas tree, like, whoa, what, that's so cool. And when you are learning, this is what's happening. But if you, like, each time you need to learn and you just run into it and all of a sudden, no, just find your line, find your where it's known and unknown, and try to be on that edge. And if you feel overwhelmed, you know that you are somewhere deep into the forest and you need to walk back, and like, okay, okay, let me look at it, what it is that I don't know. And it's even this discovery that you can discover when you write on the paper, it's just, you would be even like, yeah, happy, like, yeah, this is what I don't know. Maybe not, because tomorrow is the test and you're like as a usual situation, like test, and you're like, oh no, and you feel even more anxious, so then you go even more into watching YouTube. But you get the point, and I will not beat the horse anymore here. So please, when you learn with this. I'm gonna be not. Please, it's recording. Yes, I was so afraid. I'm gonna be just. You are happy when you discover something that you don't know. This is where I think it's like really great, because you know where is your line, and also on that line you don't find the boredom. This is really nice line. So see you, get enlightened with knowledge, and maybe the most important thing here is to be happy about the unknown, because that's also knowing by itself. Oh, that was deep. Bye.